It got quiet. Uh-oh. Yep. Yep, that's what's doing it. Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Sweet.
What's up, my favorite people? What's up, Michigan? What's up, Monty?
What's up, my favorite people? What's up, Michigan? What's up, Kansas? What's up, Riddle? I'm joking. Just playing.
Whatever.
What's up, everybody?
Whatever.
Whatever. Let me tell you.
Whatever. I know Robert's on, so if y'all want to stay over there and watch Robert, that's fine with us. No big deal. But
we're just trying to help everybody, stay clean and sober.
Yeah, this world's got everyone wanting to. We picked a heck of a time to stop drinking, Monty.
Drinking? Yeah, I never had an issue with drinking. It was the other stuff.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. What's up, Lily J? I can't believe we got that much snow, man.
We only got what, maybe 2 inches, maybe. We didn't get much.
We got 5 to 6, but more so than the last. I mean, this snow and the last snow is the most snow we've got this year. So, yeah. Earlier, Robert was like, "Hey, we got snow and ice up here," and I'm like, "Yeah, that storm was angled. It was diangled, and it was heading towards you all, I guess, throughout the night." So when I last checked it, I feel like
it's not bad.
No, it's echoing in here, though,
right.
Not anywhere else. All right.
That's not bad.
What's up, Miss Blue Moon, Sharon, EOT, Babs,
Deplorable Chicken Hand,
DCH. What's up, Miss Blue Moon, Kathy Green, Diamond Lil. What's up, Diamond?
I'll start out with this. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Amen.
What's the third step, Monty? I done forgot it.
Third step prayer?
Third step of the 12-step program.
I don't know what it is for AA.
I done forgot. Well, we're going to look it up. Third step.
Okie dokie.
See here. Hey, Twinkle Eyes. Anita. Craig. What is going on? Shift Kicker. B-Dog. Ben. Sherry. Let's see.
All right. What's today?
Today is the 11th.
The 11th. The Ides of March are almost upon us. Ooh, it's not looking very good for fuel, let me tell you. 11th. I should have read this yesterday. Yesterday, our own recovery. Today, it's lightening the load. March the 11th. It will not make us better people to judge the faults of another. It will make us feel better to clean up our lives. Basic text, page 38. Sometimes we need something tangible to help us understand what holding a resentment is doing to us. We may not be aware of how destructive resentments actually are. We think, so what? I have a right to be angry, or I might be nursing a grudge or two, but I don't see the harm. To see more clearly the effect that holding resentments is having in our lives, we might try imagining that we are carrying a rock for each resentment. A small grudge, such as anger at someone driving badly, might be represented by a pebble. Harboring ill will toward an entire group of people might be represented by an enormous boulder. If we actually had to carry stones for each resentment, we would surely tire of the weight. In fact, the more cumbersome our burden, the more sincere our efforts to unload it would be. The weight of our resentments hinders our spiritual development. If we truly desire freedom, we will seek to rid ourselves of as much extra weight as possible. As we lighten up, we'll notice an increased ability to forgive our fellow human beings for their mistakes and to forgive ourselves for our own. We'll nourish our spirits with good thoughts, kind words, and service to others. Just for a day, I will seek to have the burden of resentments removed from my spirit. Amen.
Yeah,
Been a while.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Since
Kind of
they
weird.
got
I
sober-
was kind of
Go
weird.
ahead.
I was just talking about that yesterday and then this morning. Kind of.
Once I got sober, I'm a little less angry. I still get angry. You know what I'm saying, Michelle? I still get angry. But
Is Cassie not a mod on here?
she will be here in a second. But I tend to forgive people a lot more. I'm not as angry. I don't know.
Right. I hear you. You know, no one is perfect. And yeah, little grudges, big grudges, resentments. I mean, I still, so like, I still hold a resentment towards the mother of my children because of the troubles she kind of got me into, and it's going to be a while. My daughter still holds a resentment towards her too for what she's done. So, and I understand that, but I can't tell my daughter, hey, you need to drop that. No, especially, the circumstance of yeah. Anyways, that's all I'm going to say on that part. But I mean, I try every day to try and do a little bit better, the only thing I know for sure of is I can thank the good man above for allowing me to have another day clean, and for allowing me to breathe. So yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a saying about that. When you're angry, you're
I know deplorable.
I can't think of how it's said. Hey, David, Anna, Rock. Yeah, make a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understand them. Yeah, thanks, B-Dog. Yeah, I already looked it up. So yeah, I guess the first step is admitting you got a problem. And then second step, I believe, is you're powerless. And third step is, just what B-Dog said, that you make a decision to turn your will over to the care of God as we understand them.
Right.
Some people, it could be a chair. Some people, it could be a goat. Some people, it could be work, whatever works for you to get you sober. That's what it is.
Right.
Mine is God. that's what got me better. And going to a lot of AA meetings at the beginning, and I can learn. This works today. I use AA pretty much throughout my life. So if I don't like somebody, or I don't like what they're doing, or I don't like how they're talking to me, or whatever, I can still learn from them. I can learn I don't want to be like that guy or girl, or if I do like something, then I say, all right, well, I like how he handled that, and you always just put that stuff in the back of your head. That's what I do. Everyone's different,
Right.
What I do might get someone to drinking. That's why it's your program. You got to work your program, don't work my program.
That's it, Jeff.
I'm
having me my last piece of fudge.
So, Professor, what's going on, you slacker? Hey, Matt, good to see you, brother. Good to see you. He's probably driving to a cornfield somewhere, I'm sure.
Probably. I haven't seen him for a while. What's up, David, Matt?
I'm sure he's a busy man like me, like staying busy.
He's probably snowmobiling through a cornfield today. Because that snow stretched clear across. Yeah. No.
Yeah, we didn't get much. I mean, we got 2 fluffy inches. But
okay, so when I zoomed out to look at it across the states, it was almost down there towards the Texas-Mexico line. The tip of it. The other at the other end was it was tapered down, heading towards y'all's way. I think I checked it through the night or last night. I forgot now. But anyway, the Midwest, the actual Midwest, got the widest and the most part of that storm. No, I'm gonna have people up here going.
yeah, you done screwed it all up for everybody. Now that's some fudge, Monty. Son of a gun.
I want some good peanut butter fudge. That stuff's good. Or some lemon bars.
Peanut butter is about my favorite. I usually get peanut butter chocolate when we go up to Mackinac.
Ooh.
Yeah.
There was someone that wrote a song about Mackinac.
There's a few songs about Mackinac.
I think it was Lefty Frizzell.
Lefty Frizzell. I like David Frizzell, his son. I believe it's his son.
Yeah.
David the reason Lefty. God made Oklahoma with Shelley West.
Yep.
Good jam. Yeah, cold. I think the cold's heading our way, Dave.
Jabal. Deplorable Chicken Yen. He is. I think he's got 12 and 13. I don't.
Hey, Michael. Well, Monty.
What's up?
Well, I was going to say something about step 3.
I can grab my book and read something out of it if you want me to.
Well, I guess once I decided to give up and I wasn't in charge, right? So for a long time I figured, oh well, hey, I can get drunk again, no big deal. I'll be able to handle it. No,
yeah, you got this.
I don't need to quit. It was
right.
It's like we had an old counselor tell me one time. He says he was an old Marine. He said I didn't get in trouble every time I drank, but every time I got in trouble, I was drinking. I said, son of a gun, you must be talking about me.
Chapter 3.
Are we brothers?
Chapter 3 or step 3? Oh, hang on.
Professor knows what's up. Hey, Luann. Are you going to read something there, Pimp?
Yeah. Got to go back to the old ways, looking stuff up. The index.
Not cheating.
No, I'm not. unfortunately. Can't Google this. Well, I mean, I could, but even though a laptop's right there in front of my face. I like to be challenged, right? No. Step 3. Oh, there we go. 25 through 27. Oh boy. Yep, there we go. Step 3. We made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood Him. As addicts, we turned our will and our lives over many times to a destructive power. Our will and our lives were controlled by drugs. We were trapped by our need for instant gratification that drugs gave us, and/or alcohol. During that time, our total being, body, mind, and spirit, was dominated by drugs and alcohol. For a time, it was pleasurable, but then the euphoria began to wear off, and we saw the ugly side of addiction. We found that the higher our drugs and alcohol took us, the lower they brought us. We faced 2 choices. Either we suffered the pain and withdrawal or took more drugs and alcohol. I got to add that because this is just an NA book. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
For all of us, the day came when there was no longer a choice we had to use. Having given our will and our lives to our addiction in utter desperation, we looked for another way. In narcotics and in AA Anonymous, whatever. You understand what I'm getting at, folks. We decided to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understand Him. This is a giant step. We don't have to be religious. Anyone can take this step. All that is required is willingness. All that is essential is that we open the door to a power greater than ourselves. Our concept of God comes not from dogma, but from what we believe and from what works for us. Many of us understand God to be simply whatever force keeps us clean. The right to a God of our understanding is total and without any catches, because we have the right. We have this right. It is necessary to be honest about our belief if we are to grow spiritually. We found that all we needed to do was try. When we gave our best effort, the program worked for us as it has worked for countless others. This 3rd step does not say we turned our will and our lives over to the care of God. It says we made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood it. We made a decision. It was not made for us by the drugs or our families, a probation officer, judge, therapist, or doctor. We made it. For the first time since the first drink, we have made a decision for ourselves. The word decision implies action. This decision is based on faith. We have only to believe that the miracle that we see working in the lives of clean addicts can happen to any addict with the desire to change. We simply realize there is a force for spiritual growth that can help us become more tolerant, patient, and useful in helping others. Many of us have said, take my will in my life, guide me in my recovery, show me how to live clean. The relief of letting go and letting God helps us develop a life that is worth living. Surrendering to the will of our higher power gets easier with daily practice. When we honestly try, it works. Many of us start our day with a simple request for guidance from our higher power. Although we know that turning it over works, we may still take our will and life back. We may even get angry because God permits it. At times during our recovery, the decision to ask for God's help is our greatest source of strength and courage. We cannot make this decision often enough. We surrender quietly and let the God of our understanding take care of us. At first, our heads reeled with the questions. What will happen when I turn my life over? Will I become perfect? We may have been more realistic than this. Some of us had to turn to an experienced NA member and ask, what was it like for you? The answer will vary from member to member. Most of us feel open-mindedness, willingness, and surrender are the keys to this step. We have surrendered our will and our lives to the care of a power greater than ourselves. If we are thorough and sincere, we will notice a change for the better. Our fears are lessened, and faith begins to grow as we learn the true meaning of surrender. We are no longer fighting fear, anger, guilt, self-pity, or depression. We realize that the power that brought us to this program is still with us and will continue to guide us if we allow it. We are slowly beginning to lose the paralyzing fear of hopelessness. The proof of this step is shown in the way we live. We have come to enjoy living clean and want more of the good things that the NA fellowship holds for us. NA and AA. We know now that we cannot pause in our spiritual program. We want all that we can get. We are now ready for our first honest self-appraisal, and we begin with step 4.
That was good. That was good. I think, I guess with me looking back on what happened, because I always tried to be like, well, all right, I'll just stop drinking for a week or two, and then, I'll give her another shot. Well, it was always the same. It was just a circle. And, most people, not all people, but most people had to hit pretty close to rock bottom to stop. You're looking at jail time or prison time, or, your doctor says, look, one more drink could kill you.
Yeah.
Divorce, bankruptcy, you name it. And usually it's all those combined, usually, or close to it. But, so looking back, it's like, man, that must have been terrible going through all that. Well, sure, it was terrible going through all that, but how many times did God give me a chance to straighten up myself? And I didn't do it. So he's like, all right, well, I'll give you another chance. Because, when I said, look, I want to stop drinking, I tell myself, I honestly want to stop drinking, but I didn't know how, or didn't know, like you said, what would happen if I did stop drinking, or life was going to be real boring if I stopped drinking. Then he's going to give you some chances, but more likely I can only talk for myself. So what I did is I didn't really heed those warnings, right? Losing a job or you name it, you had a chance to fix it. I didn't fix it. So then he basically just slaps you in the mouth and go, well, because it got progressive, right? It's like, right. All right, well, you got a DUI. First DUI, well, whatever, smack on the hand. Second DUI is a little bit more. Third DUI, you're looking at possibly you're in prison, or if you get, I got an accident and I left the scene and could have done a little bit of time in the hokey, but I didn't. And that's the last time is when I said, look, I'm done. I can't do this. It's my life's unmanageable. I can't manage it. I need some help. From that moment on, it was like a big weight was lifted, So he's gonna eventually get you to wake up, basically. And that don't have to be with alcohol. Could be with anything. Could be with sugar. Could be with working too hard. Could be. There's a lot of things that could happen. So hopefully that all makes sense.
I hear you. Okay, so in the initial few months, been fighting the addiction off and on, and ever since '97, right? Go a few years here and there, go a few months here and there. Went 6 years, and then not saying it's entirely. I'm not saying it's entirely her fault. It's my fault too, So, but then a few months into it, I mean, it was nonstop. So, and when I mean nonstop, I mean first few 6 months, maybe a year, every smoking every day and stuff, meth. And so, man, yeah, I mean, I've already given my testimony. I'm not scared to say it, but after that first year and a half, then from there, I went to the needle, right? So I was like, yeah, I just won't let it take control of me. Like I've seen it take everybody else. But yeah, that was all fine and dandy and easy to say within the first 4 or 6 months. But then after that, I lost control of it. It had its grip on me, and I hated that grip. I was asking God, I was like, just please help me quit this. And you know, yeah, I know I'm looking away from my camera, and it's not that I'm not diverting the camera. I'm just looking out the window because if I pay attention more to the camera, then it stumbles me on what I'm saying. So, you know, it wasn't just about every day to quite a few days. I would ask him that. Yeah, I would go 2 or 3 weeks, and then I would being clean, and then she would call me over there, and she'd trigger. She knew herself was a trigger because she knew the right or wrong buttons to push on my buttons to push. And sometimes I swear it was deliberate that she done it. She just knew. And toxicity is a mother trucker. That's all I'm saying on that. It feels good to not have that toxicity in me of both the drugs or from her. I am still self growing to love myself and everything else, and I've still got a long ways to go. But each day is a step by step thing. Each day, baby steps, however you want to look at it. Um, Being scared to walk on eggshells. Yeah, everybody gets it. So I've seen a lot of people hit rock bottom different ways. I'm sure you have too. And it's not how you hit rock bottom. It's not how many times you've actually hit rock bottom. It's it's what you do when you've hit rock bottom and you're ready to just give it over to God. If you're really ready, you hand it over to him. You lay it at his feet. And then you from there you ask God to help you get through the process of it. And he does. Like it says, you just can't think you're fixed one day, after being in a program or something or attending meetings. You just can't think you're fixed after you lay it down at God's feet and everything. You can't just think you're fixed, is what I'm trying to say. Because it is baby steps. It is your growing faith in a spirituality of with God. As long as you don't expect to be fixed immediately, then God will help you. And through my toughest times, that's one thing that I admire about God's love for me, is through some of the toughest times I was always there. He was there for me. But then some of the other times I might not have been there for him, you know? And so this last go around, and it's been it'll be 3 years coming up in May that I last touched meth. And I'm thankful every day for that, that it's, that's been since I touched it. I'm grateful for God's hand in it.
Yeah, I agree. I agree, Monty. It's a lot better on this side.
So when I was getting ready to start speaking earlier, I was gonna throw in the part where you know how you're scared to actually quit because you don't know what exactly you're going to be going through, right? Because you know for certain you're going to be feeling all these emotions and feelings and everything else, but that's something that you just gotta pull your bootstraps up, put on your big girl panties, and just hit it head on. And it is tough. The first couple rounds of bouts of emotions and feelings that I hit head on is when a couple close friends of mine passed away just a year, about 2 years ago. I mean, it was just within 6-8 months of me being in recovery, and I'm like, whoa. So I called my buddy up that runs the NA meeting, and I'm like, this is hard. I was like, the old me would go and run and go get high to get away from those feelings. He goes, yeah, but you can't do that now, can you? I was like, nope, but it's tough. And he goes, it's okay. That's what we're here for. We're here for each other. So, yeah, boy, I tell you what, those feelings, it was like a real raw emotion and everything. But I digress. But hey, Chabol, what's up?
Hello, good day to you. I'm still trying to figure out how to get this thing to switch over to my headphones. Can't figure it out. How is everything? I love how you're reflecting on everything. Great job, man. I'm very proud of you. Very proud of you. And I'm very proud of you. Let me found it. Oh, it only took forever. How is everything with you, sir?
I'm good, Chabal. How you doing?
I'm okay. Thank you. Sobriety Friday. I love it. And we need to stay clear-headed in such hard times like this. Really do.
Yeah, we picked a heck of a time to get sober, didn't we?
I know. I don't.
You went out, Chabal. You muted yourself. How you doing, Faith?
Hey, Faith. Chabal, what's up?
Chabal's muted.
Is it automatically doing it?
Froze.
Okay.
Might be froze or kicked himself off. I don't know what happened. Yeah, Monty, the living life on life's terms. When I first got, it was the first couple of weeks are going, oh, here's what's going to have to happen. Life's going to come at you, and life's not going to stop, but you're going to have to do it sober. So whatever happens, somebody dies, your mom dies, your spouse dies, your kids die, whatever happens, then you're going to have to face that sober.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, whoa. And then 6 months in, my stepdad drank himself to death. And I had to go down to Florida. I'm like, no, I don't want to go down there. My sister was like, no, you got to come down here. I already bought you a ticket. I'm like, yeah, but I don't want to come down there. I don't think they realized, they didn't, I don't think they realized. And they might, I don't know. I didn't really talk to them about it, but they wanted me down there. Of course, I always ran from everything, I just get drunk and then not have to worry about it. And then they wouldn't want me to do anything. Just like, reading on Robert's panel, I'll screw it up so bad you don't want me to do it, So I'm like, oh no, I don't, but that's living life on life's terms. That's what you got to do. And everyone on here that's been sober for a minute, they've already done it. Man, it sucks. But what's nice about it is you can call someone up that's already got a few years, that's already been down that road, and you can call them out and go, hey, what's going on? I don't want to do this, and they can walk you through it. And that's kind of nice knowing. I'm not the first one to go through this. David Matt's got 31 years. I know other people that have more time than me, you can call him up. And like I said before, what's nice is like Rogue Leo. He's got 60, 70 days. He might not think, he might look up to us where, wow, he's got 10 years. Wow, that's great. But it's for me, it's backwards. I look to him because I remember them first 60 days and how rough they were. For me, it's not rough. I mean, it's still rough every day, of course, right? But it's not as rough as them first 60 days or them first 30 days or whatever. It's not nowhere near that bad because I've already been through some struggles. I've already been in some battles. I already know how to get through them. I've already know that. So me looking back, I know. Well, I don't know, but I know for me at 60 days, I didn't have much. Let's just say I didn't have many weapons, right? I didn't have many weapons to fight. Living life on life's terms. I didn't have that. I didn't have many weapons to go to a party or go to the bar just for dinner. I'd freak out. For a long time, I didn't go. I wouldn't go to like a bar restaurant for a long time. And even today, after 10 years, like up north on a lake, sun's out, got a pocket full of money. You don't have to be anywhere for a week. Man, I could get away with this.
I could go for one beer. Yeah.
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 But that would just open the door to, I already know it. And I got to stop that thinking. So there's my little rant on that. What do you got, Chabal? You got anything?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for sharing that with everybody, especially the people that struggle with addiction and actively are in the midst of addiction. I myself also come from addiction. I used anything under the sun, and I'm kind of still that guy that can't get to point. And I put myself through that 60 days often because I'm insane. Not that I test myself on the hardest substances that got me, but there's things you come by at the club, and somebody's offering the most the things these days are microscopic, and you think microscopic, okay. And then you get to understand what microscopic is, and it's just the same insanity path that goes on over and over and over. So it's great that we actually have 3 different kind of settings here to the gentlemen that have 10 years, and Monty, to yourself. I forget how much time you said you had. Also, I apologize for that, and to myself that thinks he has it right, but theoretically doesn't because he can't get right because he still suffers with those demons on a constant basis and struggles. So thank you for letting me share.
Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
2 years and 10 months.
2 years and 10 months. That's amazing. That's good job. I'm very proud of you, sir. I'm very proud of you. I have done crystal meth, and that's one thing that I kind of I know that I can't touch again because I won't be able to stop. I'm moving my hands like this as I think about it because I'm like, oh my gosh, we remember it. We remember it. We were so good. We focused. We were all focused, and we did our job, and we just kept on doing it. But I'm going to calm down now. I was trying to be comical. I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm laughing on the inside, Jabal.
As everybody else is. And oh wow, somebody's husband is 34 years. Congratulations. That's a lot.
Yeah.
And the struggling with, and I'm starting to learn that, like, I do better with learning and pre-planning and understanding where my faults are, and how to plan around them, where my brain's going to take me, I guess I have to touch everything and to know that it's not for me because I am completely stupid. We're going to go with that one. Please don't let me share anymore. I will keep talking.
No, that's all right. Liberty asked about Al-Anon, which is like a sibling.
More like,
of an
more like
alcoholic
for
that-
family.
Yeah. I know there's a bunch of, you get on the old interweb there, Mike, and there's got to be groups by you, more than likely. I know it's fairly new. When I say fairly new, it might be maybe 10 years, 12 years, 15 years, maybe. So it hasn't been around as long as AA or NA, but it's pretty new. But yeah, I just get online and look.
Wait, so is Al-Anon the people for anons in recovery?
It's for like if someone's kids
Okay.
are dealing with an alcoholic dad or whatever, or a mom is dealing with an alcoholic kid or drug kid or whatever. It's for them, I believe.
Okay. Oh, I did not know that. Because that has to be hard for some people also to where you thought or you feel or you did give your child everything and they just or a family member and they just don't get it and you need support. Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's good.
I thought it was a support group for anons for people who QAnon because it doesn't work fast enough for them. They need support. That's what I really thought it was. I'm an idiot.
Maybe we all
Again.
need support.
Correct.
Yeah, because right, if you don't fix something, right, it's going to come back. So if you don't, if you don't eat right or whatever, or if you're not real serious about it, then you're just going to go back to it. So there's a lot to learn. I don't know. If I read a book on self-help, is it really self-help? I don't think so, because I'm reading a book that someone else wrote. So it's really not self-help. You know what I'm saying, Jabal?
Yes, sir. No, you're absolutely right. That's mostly what my stuff is self-help and suggestions from everything else.
Yeah, but see those steps and the steps and the principles of it, those are guides of the foundation. Whether
Correct.
you're in Alcoholics Anonymous or Narcotics Anonymous, it's still the footings of a foundation. When you're pouring a footing of a foundation, you know what I'm saying? How you first pour it out. Yeah. So you got to have that before you actually, set, kind of like pouring the footing pads on it before you set your trailer down upon it,
Yep.
And then block it in on the bottom instead of putting skirting. So those are foundations for us to build upon from what I gather from it. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's a way better way than I said it. Yeah.
Hey, what I'm saying is this book, let me turn this back off. This book that I just was reading from, I myself need to read from it even more so than what I have been. I'm definitely guilty of that. But I'm just saying, it's just it's a daily walk, right? I wasn't trying to say it any better or any less of what you said.
No, I'm not saying that neither. I'm just saying that you did say it a better job than me. I was trying to figure out, sometimes I have a little stroke up there, and but no, that's exactly right, Monty. You got to have a good foundation, or it's going to crumble, right? Just like
yes, self-maintenance.
Yeah,
right.
You got to have a good foundation first.
You yourself have even told me this, that about the foundations of it. I mean, yeah. Because okay, so my buddy that runs the NA meeting, he gets mad when I say sober. He goes, "That's for only AA," which he doesn't do. he doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke, he doesn't do pot, he doesn't do any drugs. Because he says anytime he drinks a beer or anything, he breaks out in chrome bracelets, which I understand that. But so I myself don't know that much difference in between AA and NA. To me, I think it's still the same principles and guidelines and foundations for each of us to build upon. And they're pretty similar because your third step's the same as my third step. So tomato, I guess.
Yeah, they're close. And I've been to AA meetings before. I mean, NA and vice versa. I like NA. They're about the same. They're about the same. But I had more of a problem with alcohol than any other drug.
Right.
I didn't do any other drug. I smoke marijuana every once in a while. And
okay, so
really
I got to mature. I'm sorry.
Red, I hear that, and that's one thing I need to do even more so is to heal more and become stronger than what I am. I mean, I still have that little thought tap, that little devil tap me on the shoulder every once in a while. Say, hey, just come and get high one time. It'll be all right. No,
Yes,
no, it won't.
I'm very familiar with it.
I know right where that'll lead me. Even here about a month or so ago, for instance, just any tiny inkling of it, I'm like, oh, what it'd be like to just go get high one time. No, I'm like, no, money, no. Play the tape through. Where, because if you do, then where at the end of the tape, where it's going to lead you, and you don't want to be there. You don't want to be in jails or institutions or death, and so it's hard for me to articulate it in words, but I'm trying the best I can. And so what I'm saying is, yeah, it's a daily walk and it sucks. I just wish I could. I'm slowing down on these, and I've just having only a few a day. So,
what were they? Is that a cigarette?
Cigarette.
Oh yeah, cigarettes was that was one of my hardest things to kick.
Sooner or later, I'm going to be like a 700-pound guy, and you're going to have to cut the ball out of the house to get me out. Hey.
I mean, I don't know if I mean we could try to avoid that if you want to. I'm totally here for support. I really am, and as I start to dig into everything of the history of America over the past 200 some odd years, most of the things have been put in place to hurt us, if not everything. As far as jacking up, good natural food prices to making the poison readily accessible. Such as we're not corn. I really would insist you to go look up corn and what animals can actually digest corn. Doesn't matter if it's corn syrup, doesn't matter if it's kerneled corn or popcorn. See what animals can digest it, because we can't. Us humans we can't. So pretty much when you ingest it or we ingest it, or sometimes not everybody holds it the same, but it's like a plastic. It's a plastic that your body thinks is a fat. Same thing with palm oil. Your body thinks it's a fat, and it's going to register as you need it to be stored. It just gets stored and doesn't go anywhere ever. And the same thing with the drugs. Our own government have been letting this through our borders, onto our streets, manufactured inside our borders, so we could stay sick. Now, if you can keep that inside of your mind, that they're trying to keep us sick, they're trying to make you sick, and what you're ingesting, may be leading to you being sick. Maybe we could just revert from what we have been doing to coming up with another plan. I fully apologize if anybody feels I was talking at them or talking directly to them, but I wasn't, because I've shared this conversation with many people. So this is just a recurring situation for me on how to try to take down the people who have been hurting us the most and what they've been doing to us. Thank you.
All right, I got a, let's bring Cush in. I got a controversial question.
Go ahead, sir, please. Oh, I'm ready. Fucking ready.
All right, do you think being a alcoholic for, let's just say alcoholic, do you think that's a disease or do you think it's a choice? We'll see what chat has to say about it.
Say that again now.
So being an alcoholic, is it a disease or is that just your own dumb doing?
Oh,
Well,
gosh. Go ahead.
just-
Please go ahead.
Just an alcoholic or being a drug addict?
Well, I know I'm just saying alcoholic, but because I don't know much about the other drugs, right? I just know for me, alcoholic, because that's a little bit of studying I did on being an alcoholic. Now the drugs, I don't know, because I know being an alcoholic changes the stuff in your brain.
Well, right. So, okay. To me, both sides, it's a disease. And the same with, okay, straight up. So the same with when you're withdrawing off of drugs. The first 30 days, hey, you feel good. But, go another 30 days after that. Goes total of 60 days. From 60 days to 3 to 4 months, that's when your brain is resetting on the dopamine level, the natural dopamine levels that your body creates and everything else. So it takes a while for your brain to reset back to its natural state. It takes that long. It takes every bit of 2 months to 4 months to naturally reset in that expecting that rush or that buzz from the alcohol or anything else like that, right? And that's one thing that I learned, because I figured, first 30 days I had it licked, and then I was like, yeah, try it for another 30 days. And then by the end of that, so I had 2 months in, and I was like, I'm feeling even better than what I was the first 30 days. So then I went another month, and then another, and then towards the 6 months, I felt even totally better from the very first day that I was, starting my recovery. So, yeah, that's my aspect on it.
That's a lot of interesting comments in the chat.
Yes, I've been watching the comments. I love it. Love
Yeah.
it.
That's it's a huge controversial topic. I'll give you my 2 cents on it real quick. Before I was an alcoholic, I thought it was a choice, and I kind of agree with some people on here are saying both. I kind of agree with that. It kind of is both, because you do make the decision to take that drink or do the drug. I do see that side of it, but I also see if it does change your brain, right? If it changes something, then I would guess it'd be a disease, right? So here in a minute, I'll ask you another question, and we'll see what everyone thinks about this. I think it's going to lean more towards the disease part, but we'll get Jabal's 2 cents, and we'll get Cush's 2 cents here in a second. Go ahead, Jabal.
Okay, so I was on the fence all my life on choice and disease, and then I realized that we made the choice to enter the disease into our lives, because AIDS is a disease, cancer is a disease, syphilis is a disease, is because some kind of outside substance entered into your body to manipulate your blood structure, your membrane, attack your white blood cells, and when you no longer have the capability to understand how to deal with life on life's terms, and then you enter something constantly in your life to mask something because you don't have that ability anymore, because it was stripped away because of your brain compound, or the way it now manipulates your neurons. You kind of make a choice to maybe take a chance on a disease. Thank you.
Yeah, it's all interesting. I love hearing all the different opinions on it. It's just interesting. Go ahead, Kush. What do you think? Alcohol, choice or disease?
It is. I think it is both. In my case, it was choice. In my case, first it was choice, and then later it became a disease. It was choice. I was not an alcoholic, and then it turned into a disease. I came to know, if you open the books of pharmacy, you will find that alcohol is a depressant. It is maybe it is considered a stimulant only if you have a very small, if you are like, to open the arteries, or if you have a very good cup of wine, not just alcohol, not alcoholic wine, but good wine, for example, to have with a meal against the myocarditis of heart, that it is recommended, and it is good. But I would say, again, in my choice, in my case, it was I started drinking and drinking, and until I didn't realize, and it became a disease. I became an alcoholic. Uh, After that, dependent. After that, I would just take a swig, and then I would immediately, it would open a kind of thirst within me to drink more and more, and to drink even for days, and then the people and everything else, the people that would associate me, you name it, and a tire, and they had, it was like, it's like it was like a lifestyle. It was like a lifestyle for them, and it was like something that, let's drink and we go on working, go on with our life, and so, and it was crazy. But I'm very, very thankful to 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 everyone that I would advise. My advice is turn, dear brothers, dear lovely people, turn to the Lord Jesus as quick as most as you can, not only for alcohol, but for every addiction, and to a brother or sister, hopefully in the real life that cares for you, or even to a good person that if that has some real goodness, because that comes from the Lord as well, and cares, and especially to those who are online and committed to you. And yeah, to me, it took, I'm so thankful it took that the Lord uprooted that once and for all, But it's nothing impossible with Him. So keep going, and I'm very, very thankful to share all of this with you, and I love you, and the Lord loves you more. Just this that I want to say. Oh,
Yeah, appreciate it, Kush.
I'm very honored to share all this. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that. Thank you, everyone.
All right, I got another question. Diabetes, a choice or a disease?
What is it?
Diabetes.
Okay. So that is a kind of okay, you put that on a weight scale, right? One of those that
Doesn't
it's
have to be a
kinda-
weight scale.
now.
What's different about it?
Hang on. Now there's a difference.
No, I don't think so.
And wait.
Go ahead.
Hang on. Hear me out.
Oh, go ahead, buddy.
There's more junk food that's more cheaper than there is health food. So that's what I'm saying on that aspect. I'm playing both. I'm looking at both sides now. Hang on, because I'm coming from a family where my grandma McCoy had diabetes. My dad had diabetes. My grandpa, my mom's dad, my grandpa on that side, he had a stroke, but he didn't have diabetes, right? My half brother, he has diabetes. So what I'm saying is, there is some choices, yes, but there is also if you go to Price Health Food, really good health food, like if you go to start your keto diet, right? that stuff like keto flour and everything else just to make good healthy food, it costs way, 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 way more than it does to just go buy a regular loaf of bread. You know what I'm saying? Or if you got a
Time out.
celiac disease.
Let me ask you something. So is diabetes
Go ahead, Robert.
only a poor problem?
Not necessarily saying that either.
Not so, but
Some of
you
it's
would
hereditary,
think
some
so.
of it's not.
My opinion's swinging because I'm reading the chat, and
Okay.
I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings or
Hang
their
on.
family. Go ahead.
Let me put it in a different way. If the FDA would actually do their freaking job and do the restrictions of the poisons that they allow in our foods through the food processing plants, then there wouldn't be hardly, it'd be a dramatic drop in diabetes on that aspect too. There'd still be some, but there wouldn't be near as much. So there, I'll just go ahead and finally say it.
There you go. We're being poisoned. I love it. I love it.
So it's still a choice.
Yeah,
Eat
you can
sugar
either
or not.
you can either eat food, risk getting diabetes that's poisoned and everything, or not eat food and just die without food.
I understand what you're going. I understand what you're saying, but it's still a choice. I understand.
Breathing air is a choice too.
Well, see, this is why it's so controversial.
No. If you really want to look at it, yeah. Whether or not to breathe or not to breathe, that is thy question. You know, hey.
All right.
We're being poisoned. We're being poisoned because the things we consume are triggering our brain to release serotonin and I can't remember the other one. So we keep on going back to these drugs that we call food, but they're not food, because if they were food, they would call them food and not snacks. Okay. So we keep on ingesting these things, shutting down our pancreas because we're eating at a constant level, never giving our pancreas a rest to ever rejuvenate. And then you shut down your pancreas, and then thus you never being able to produce insulin inside your own bloodstream. So is it a choice? We're being poisoned.
Yeah.
I agree. All right.
Lettuce is 60 cents. The cucumber is 50 cents. So you can either go get a bag of chips for $3,
All right.
or you can buy $1.50 head of lettuce and some cucumbers to make a salad.
What?
All right. So, why does diabetes or sugar and alcohol only affect certain people? With me, alcohol changed my mind, changed my body, changed my whatever. But I can eat sugar. Craig can't.
Right.
I might be diabetic, but I ain't going to the hospital to find out. But Craig had to go to the hospital and find out. Right? So there's something, I'm not saying there's something wrong with Craig. We know that. But you know what I'm saying? You know where I'm going with this. Some people can drink their whole life and not have a problem. Some people can't. Some people can eat sugar their whole life and not have a problem. Some people can't. That's what I'm getting at. I can see both sides of the story. It's just kind of interesting to me to how more people say, well, diabetes is a disease. To me, there's no difference. If it alters you in one way or form, then eventually, I understand in the beginning there's a choice. All right. So here's another example. If people eat diabetes, or they eat sugar and they get diabetes, do they stop? Yes or no? If people eat sugar and get diabetes, do they stop?
No, because they're drugged. They're addicted.
Okay, now let's flip the script and go, if you're an alcoholic, I believe it's kind of probably the same amount of people, right? If you're an alcoholic, and you had one more thing, one more
Liver disease.
Yeah. They say you got to stop.
Check this out.
Do people stop?
No, well,
I'm
not
not-
always, because
Right.
if they do, they can't get the demon out of their head.
I known some people that was diabetic, right? They was taking
Sorry,
medicine.
I didn't mean to jump in real quick. I didn't mean to jump in. I'm sorry.
They was taking
ahead.
medicine or whatnot. There was one or two of them that was even taking the insulin shot. But you know what? When they started switching to the natural way of the medicine for diabetes, guess what? Their diabetes went down. Some of it is in the medicine. Some of it's in the poison in the food. I'm just saying, I'm not just looking at one side. I'm looking at both sides also.
Correct. I see what you're doing.
That's why I said it's kind of like on a scale. So
we're being poisoned, all the way down to, oh gosh, I can't believe I'm saying this, all the way down to our babies and Similac. And
right.
they don't give us enough time, because they constantly try to force time away from us, never giving us a break to ever realizing what's going on. And it's not don't ever blame yourself. Nobody blame yourself, because this is how it was rolled out to us, and we just took the bait, because we thought this was what it was going to take to live the American dream after 1972. Or no, wait, 1960, after 1969, and it took a long time for it to unravel. And when our grandparents or great grandparents were screaming fire, we didn't have the time to even listen to them. It's our fault. But we fight now. We fight now, brother. Sorry, the voices. That's why I should drink. I'm kidding. Oh my gosh! Somebody said, I saw they said honey buns, but it says sugar bums. Oh, I like sugar bums. Oh, but there's sugar bums my nose. Oh, I'm so confused. Sugar bumps my nose. I was thinking bumps my nose, and then bums. I'm stopping.
Yeah, you can make excuses, or you can make things happen, but you can't do both. I'm fat because I choose to do certain things. I am an alcoholic, but I don't choose to drink anymore because I know what's going to happen to me.
There's a difference between being fat and the way you're proportioned.
I'm just short for my weight, Chabal.
You were taller, but everything.
If I was taller,
gravity took over.
Dude, I've never been a skinny kid.
It's okay. Women over the age of 30 understand gravity, Jeff. You're cool.
6th grade, I was 200 pounds. I was 6 foot tall. Had a size 13 shoe. I mean, so, but as a kid, sitting at the table, there was a such thing as, you better clean your plate or else you're not getting up from the table.
Yeah.
I'm not. Hang on, chat, before you start firing off on me on that, because I'm just saying there is small little things that lead up to things. Okay, so easy on me. I'm just saying, for instance.
I hear you. It's just interesting to see, because I know there's a few people on there that said alcohol was a choice, but diabetes was a disease. So it's just interesting.
See, I used to be, what not many people know is I used to be an extremely big person, extremely big, like 240 pounds big. And I know that might not be big to some people, but I'm like 5'10". So like, I have the skid marks to prove it. If you can see that, you know what I mean? And I have them on the inside of my thighs. And until I changed my habits, I didn't really exercise. I just know to keep my blood moving, and when I have to stretch, to get up and stretch, because that doesn't our tendons and our muscles, if they're not at capacity to take in blood, then they're not going to want to take in blood. It's about how we can get the pathogens or the chemicals outside of our deepest capillaries and put them back into our bloodstream, and try to always rid our body. Now I eat like poop. I do. I don't always eat so healthy, but I don't usually ever eat anything bigger than my fist either. And that's no joke. I don't ever eat to get full. I can't. I'll never stop because my brain wants that. Oh gosh, when I eat, my brain wants that feeling. Oh, you don't even understand. You want to talk about drugs. You want to talk about cocaine has nothing on food, nothing. And that's the hardest thing is never eating anything bigger than your fist. Oh my gosh, that's a feeling. Eating till you're full and then pleasuring yourself. That's even better. If we can't talk about it, I'm not going there. It's a family show.
There is a such thing as eating empty calories. Guarantee you there is, because I've even noticed that.
I'll do that right now.
So
I'm kidding.
So whether or not you go get a pork one, you cut it up into boneless pork chops, right? Whether or not you do that, or you go and fix some hot dogs or have chili dogs, when you have a bun and chili and cheese, all the fixings. My cousin has celiac disease, right? I even have some of that because I don't have near a problem with wheat bread as I do with white bread. White bread really just it just not right. I'm telling you. So I'm just saying. For instance.
No, you're okay. You're okay. And this and it's good. It's good that
I'm reading some of the chat.
And I don't want to make anybody feel judged. And I'm not attacking you because I understand disease. I suffer with many things. I hear voices, and I overly feel. I can cry at the drop of a hat, and I can flip this table at any second. So I can comprehend to an extent. And thank you for understanding. And I'm doing the best I can to read the chats. Anybody else?
Okay. So for another instance, 2 months ago, Jeff, when we had the pizza thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Quite a few all saw me stomp a large pizza with quickness. Do I want to do that again? Oh no.
Do you want to do it again?
No.
And not that you should do it again, but do you want to do it again?
No, because that's why I quit doing food contests like that. No.
Understood. And but we also have to look at that guy who does that hot dog eating contest. Yet he doesn't look like he gains much weight. But what do his arteries look like?
It's hard to say.
Exactly. We don't know.
I'm not in his arteries.
How many stents there are in there?
He probably slams down a lot of sushi and fish, man, because of that. So
absolutely,
MSG is real bad for the body. So is aspartame.
Everything's bad for us, and then
correct.
They kind of force it down our throat. I get all that. But
so
it's just hard. It really is.
So
aspartame can give you a heart attack, I believe, because the way it constricts your blood vessels and then the arteries.
Well,
okay, I gotta go, guys. I love you.
Not only that, but aspartame over a while, the human body produces small dosages of formaldehyde, turns it into that. So it's just there's all kinds of stuff it does. It causes brain fog and everything else. Because I tell you what, it was a few years, about 7-8 years after my dad passed, and the doctor's the one that got him to switch from Coke to Diet Coke. And so even though his health was declining anyways, he went through 6 or 7 heart attacks and 3 strokes. It was the 3rd stroke that took him out. But watching his health decline even after that, right? Because when I was reading that about the aspartame, that's when I was like, holy cow. Effect was reading the side effects and stuff from it. And I'm like, well, yeah, that's okay. So my dad, I experienced him going through this, that, and this. I'm like, holy cow. It was crazy. like fluoride in water. Yeah, that too. So I know it was my first choice to ever take, that little bump of crank. But once, like I said, I was clean off and on for several months, and then I'd go a year or two, and this and that and everything else, and it's always like that. Hey, little tap on your shoulder. Hey, just get high one time. But and I've already talked about the rest, so all I know is I'm not doing it. I haven't done it for almost 3 years on touching that, so that's what I can be grateful and thankful of. So there's that. Happy Friday, everybody. What else, Jeff?
Yeah, we're made to fail, right? You got Coke or you got Diet Coke. They're both going to kill you. It don't matter. You got sugar and fake sugar. They're both going to kill you. You think you got a choice, Republican, Democrat. It's the same thing. You don't really have a choice. They're going to force whatever they want down your throat. That's just how it is.
Try and have water as much as you can, and less Coke. I mean, or other sodas. That would be a good, hopefully a good choice. That if you could cut that down, or maybe put water in your Coke if you can't take it all. Just do something that would be helpful. But water is for sure very helpful.
Go ahead, Faith.
Water
You got
is
something?
Oh yeah, I say y'all to be praying for my dog.
For your dog?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
No.
Yeah, then we know sugar, anything acidic in your body causes sickness. Even a lot of water you drink is acidic. So
Come on,
Yeah,
and
that's
get
the
down with
good
the
water.
sickness. Let the bodies hit the floor. I'm telling you, those two songs. Anyways. Water. High quality H2O. You don't talk about my mama that way.
yeah, high
Bobby
pH.
Boucher.
Hey, Patrick. All right.
You know how many gallons of water I drink a day?
6. 1.
This will be gone before in the morning.
That's good.
I just opened it about 2.5 hours ago. 2 hours ago.
Shift Kicker's asking what's wrong with your dog, Faith.
Put real lemon juice in with water and everything. It helps keep gallstones and kidney stones out.
Yeah, I like.
But hey, before we go any further, I am not a doctor and I don't provide any kind of medical advice or anything else like that. So I'm just stating that right now, YouTube or any other person that wants to have a little sand in between their lips making a pearl. Hey, I'm just saying, lemon juice and water does help. That's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying.
And honey.
Yeah, honey is an all net. I'll tell you what, raw natural honey is the way to go. I have just a little bit of that in with my coffee every morning. That's it. I don't use refined sugar anymore in that aspect. So get it, got it good. Bada bing, bada boom. And thank you, Jeff.
All right, thank you. Kush, you want to lead us out in some prayer? Remember Faith's dog.
Yeah. Okay. Pray. This is pray for us, for everyone, and also the pet of Faith. Is it for all of us and the dog specific?
Yeah, for everybody. Whatever prayer you want to say,
Okay.
Kush. It's
No,
all on you, buddy.
it's okay. No, it's okay. I just want to make sure because, but I don't know usually for the pets. I don't know how to just for the house. All right. Dear Heavenly Father, I'm very thankful and grateful for um, for loving all of us, bringing all of us here together to have this sharing and caring time for one another over here in this chat. I pray that you bless each and every one of us and of the persons in our families. I pray that you keep us pure, holy, and sanctified through the blood of your precious Son, Jesus, who indwells every one of us. And I'm thankful that you keep on providing for all of our needs. Thank you for faith and a family, and I pray that you will help with the health of her pet, of her loving pet, to that the pet gets well, or that the pet, if she needs a visit or something from the pet, that will be the right thing that you will provide for the animal. And I pray and ask all of these in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Kush. Always a pleasure having you on here, buddy.
Thank you. Thank you. You are very welcome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Be blessed.
Faith, hope your dog is okay, or you're okay, or whatever's going on. But thanks, Caitlin. Monty, always a pleasure having you up here, buddy.
Yep.
Interesting
Hey,
show.
Thank you, Brother Riddle, for putting this on.
Yep. Interesting.
Interesting. Very, very interesting.
All right, we'll catch you on another one, everybody. Take your mask off, shut the news off, don't swim with sharks.
Okay.
It's Shark Week.
What's tomorrow? Not sure if I'll be on tomorrow. We're going to look at some houses, so I might come on later, try to jump on between a show or something tomorrow, or maybe I'll come on early. Maybe I'll be on Diamond Show tomorrow. I don't know. Maybe we'll go on early, Monty. I don't know what's going on. Maybe we'll have. I don't know what's going on.
When is Diamond going on tomorrow? What time?
I don't know. I think she's in chat. We'll have to ask her.
Okay.
She made a show.
Okay.
We'll ask her. Diamond, you going on tomorrow?
We have open house at noon, I think.
Noon. So we got open house at noon. So I should be on at 4.
No, we're
Yes.
going to look at houses at 4. With Gina.
Go and look at. I don't, like I said before Michelle rudely interrupted me. I don't know what time I'll be on tomorrow, but
I'm letting you know.
I'm letting you know, woman. I'm letting these guys know.
I'm gonna let them know what time you're gonna be on tomorrow.
Oh boy. Thank you, Cashew. Rex, see y'all later. G. Be good, boss.
But it. That's all, folks.
So she usually come on at 11 a.m.
Usually come on at 11. All right, so there we go. I'm telling Michelle what's happening. Deplorable chicken hand. That's what you got to do with women, because they're just too indecisive, and you just got to tell them, here's what's happening, and you just got to go with it.
I'm telling you as soon as I find it.
See, it's going to be a while before she finds it. She's still looking.
That shark. I'm roasting that shark.
Good looking shark. Seen a couple
All
shows
right.
about scuba diving. Go ahead,
Stay,
Bush.
stay blessed all until next time. God
All right,
bless.
buddy. Love you.
I seen some pictures
God bless
of you
you.
guys scuba
Thank you.
diving. Later, Kush. Good seeing you. Blessings.
This year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Also seen a
Anyway.
picture of you having you. I think it was you and Michelle having a stogie.
It was a blunt. It was a blunt,
Oh.
Monty.
That was in New Orleans, wasn't it?
No, it was a was my mom's 60th
Yeah.
60th down in Craig's neck of the woods, New Orleans.
No, Orleans.
New Orleans. One of my favorite
I
places.
I
New
couldn't
Orleans.
tell. I couldn't tell where you was, but I could tell you was wearing a Michigan shirt.
New Orleans. Right off Bourbon Street, I believe.
Anytime.
Did you say Bourbon?
Bourbon.
It's bourbon.
That's how you say it. That's how people say it from that aren't from there.
Oh,
Bourbon. It's Bourbon.
You can get on before
Oh.
noon,
Okay.
and then.
I'll be on whenever I want to be on. Basically is what's gonna happen tomorrow.
No. before
I think
noon,
Michelle just let you know.
before noon, after two.
All right.
Do this.
Love y'all in chat. Love y'all up on panel. You going to work? You got to work tonight?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Well,
Absolutely
You're
not.
working all right.
I mean, I'm always working. I got stuff to do because Michelle will find me stuff to do if I don't have stuff to do. If I got stuff to do, I got to go out and get wood. I got split wood. I got all kinds of stuff to do.
Yeah, put that shotgun away
It's
somewhere.
supposed to get cold. That's for picking up my mess, Michelle. Ashley, welcome. YOLO.
all right.
All right. We'll see y'all later. Deplorable chicken, straighten up, be good. It's nobody. He's lost cause. He's not going to straighten up.
Who, Craig?
Craig, what's up with Craig?
I know. I was asking.
What?
Hang on.
Take Michelle out for dinner tonight. Well, all right. Where you want to go, Michelle? How did I know that was going to happen?
Cheesecake Factory.
How did I know that was going to happen?
Well, we just went out to eat, so I don't really know.
Snow's coming. We got a little bit, Connie. We got an inch or two. We gotta go out and split wood. It's gonna be cold. Only got a little bit of wood left. Yep, you know what, Diamond, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give those scratch off tickets to Michelle because I ain't got the patience to wait in line to cash them in. That's what I'm gonna do. And my wife's broke, so it works out good. It's a win-win. Craig is not okay, Carrie. He's never okay. Craig is never. He's napping, Connie. He naps during my shows. Actually, he was in here earlier, but he probably got tired from all the high energy in this show, and he had to go take a nap. It's contagious. I mean, the high energy on this show is contagious, isn't it, Monty?
Oh yeah. So
We'll probably go out to eat, I'm sure, because Michelle, she ain't got nothing ready for dinner, and it's already 5-something o'clock.
20 minutes.
it's almost 6.
I know. And I'm gonna wither away to nothing here if I don't eat soon. I'm gonna get hangry, and you know, that's kind of, you'd make a killing, or I don't care. I don't care would be another one. Where you want to go eat? I don't care. I don't know. Yeah. If I ever make a restaurant, that's what it's gonna be. Yep.
All right.
You taking off, Pimp?
I don't know. Sure.
Deplorable chicken, and he's the best. He must be talking about me. Best chicken in the world. All right,
Oh, boy.
Michelle, I'm always hungry. I don't know why you're trolling on my channel,
What?
Michelle's trolling on my channel.
Where?
The better half. That was about 2 hours ago when we ate, Michelle.
I see it now. Yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
Clap on, clap off the
All
clapper.
right. All right, Clapper. Faith. See you, Monty. See you, everybody.
Hasta luego.